3, 2, 1, action. Hello, welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever we want. We miss you, Tiff.
And this episode is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. Premium membership gives you unlimited access so you can join the classes and communities that are right for you.
That's right. So whether you want to fill your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. They have super informative classes on things like film and video, music production, animation, and much more.
All right.
So there's a really interesting one on how to make your videos look more cinematic with lighting and subject placement and et cetera, et cetera. So if you're really trying to get into film, Skillshare is the place for you.
Or maybe we need to watch it so we can make our videos look better too.
That's true.
Yeah,
and which is good because it's affordable because we're also losing money. So it's affordable for us, also affordable for you guys, especially when you compare it to pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription of less than $10 a month. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, you guys get to sign up with the link in the description and get a 2-month free trial.
That's right. So head over to skl.sh/roosterteeth to get a 2-month free trial.
Ooh, I'm gonna use that.
2 months for free
I'm paying
learning.
right now.
60 days.
That's right. So in the description box below, click
60
that link.
days.
Depending on how many days there are in a month, it could be 61.
Oh my god.
And if you have 2 Februarys, it could be 56.
I don't think there'll be 2. Okay. All right. Now, Cris Sosa, our guest.
What up? What's going on, guys?
By the way, I'm wearing Chris's shirt.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Joe, man. Appreciate that.
You could get it at
ChrisSosa.shop. Get your I Ain't No Bitch tees. We got white and the new black shirts.
I am not a bitch.
Oh, now I'll do a promo too. Okay, so you could get your Hey Bitch t-shirt soon. Pretty soon. Gonna happen soon.
That's
Keep your
nice.
eye out on the Hey Bitch.
Put it on.
Nice.
Yeah. Eat that. Yo, you got pulled over by a cop and then they recognized you. I saw it on your Instagram.
Yeah, it was Jesus, like definitely
saving you.
hooking me up.
Wow.
So Boze was kind enough to invite the Latinas of the crew, me and Tiff, and then we had an extra ticket, so we invited Stacy, a Boom Fam. And then I was like, ooh, yeah, girls' night. So I was like, hey, babe, I'm gonna take your car. It's RS7, and it's like chipped.
Let me just stop. Can I just stop the story for a second here, Gio? Because Gio's very humble, very modest. Let me just.
You just dropped a car name. I don't know.
Dude, Gio.
But it's Bart's car.
How humble that is.
Fucking picks me up in my dinky little apartment. I thought she was pulling up in the Tesla. She comes up in this like slate gray Audi, fucking nice as shit.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't bring that piece of shit Tesla.
She comes up in this shit. I get in the car. She's got like this little hot half bra with those big old titties out and that tight stomach and these camo pants. And she's kicked up and she's like, hey. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I gay? She gets in the car and I was like, hey, Gio. And then she just like, I'm surprised she wasn't smoking a cigarette and chewing gum at the same time. And we get out of the car and she like gets out. And I mean, like when Gio gets up, she just keeps going, you know? she gets up and she's got like stomach out, camo pants out. And she's like, hey, Boze. And I'm like, hi, Gio. But yeah, I digress. Keep going. What happened?
Oh, I see. So you had to start the story back there.
I had to like get.
I like that coloring the coloring book.
Dude, yeah, because you're like, I showed up in my Audi. No. Gio showed up, fucking big dick, walking tall in that.
Swinging that big ass dick around.
Hell yeah, dude, she did.
Jeez, sorry, Tiff and Stacy, you don't get any.
Gio, am I allowed to like cut in as you tell your story?
Yeah, garbage bags, because Boze doesn't even mention you in the story.
Yeah, it was just you. No.
So we go to this it's Mana concert. The concert ends.
Sounds like you said my mom's concert.
Mana.
Okay.
Everyone knows Mana, right?
I do now.
They're huge. They're fucking huge.
Rockin' Espanol.
Exactly. So they're huge. They're legends.
España.
So the concert ends at like around 11:30.
Wait, let me just jump in here. So when we're about to go into this show, Gio's like, "Hey, don't worry, Boze. If anyone asks, you're Dominican." And I was like, I was like,
I didn't say that.
Why would
I
you
didn't
even
say
be
that.
asking in the beginning?
I didn't say that. I said Boze, I'm like, you're gonna fit right in. No one's even gonna question that there's this black girl in the concert. That's literally verbatim.
Well, guess what? Gio was wrong because everyone looked at me like I had a gun.
No, bitch, everyone looked at you because you were wearing some fucking tight ass fucking little black pants that were kind of see-through, and her ass was popping.
Dude,
I've seen those see-through pants.
That's why they were
And your butt doesn't hide.
Dude, she's got a perky butt.
bro.
Go to my Instagram, shameless plug, and there's that
Those
picture.
are the pants with the same butt.
Look, there were just quite a few people there that looked at me like I didn't belong, and I was
I
like,
think they were looking at you that way. I think they were looking at you like how she said.
nah, dog.
You're being humble, bitch.
No, it was
You're
like
trying to create racism when there's no racism, and that's fucked up.
Thank you, Nikki, for
Your
once.
butt. It's sexism, if anything.
why? I was like, I thought we were all the same. I thought we were gonna fit in, and there was this one lady that kept looking at me like,
Yeah, because
Well, it's your butt.
Exactly. She was like, I need to take a mental fucking picture so I could tell my fucking plastic surgeon I want that ass.
okay, sorry, Gio. Can you
Thank you. There we go. Doesn't feel good. Hug, right, Boze? So then now it's like 11:30.
I don't think I've ever looked at a small black American and been like, oh no, I'm threatened by like Boze. Like a Boze looking like Barbie doll, looking like fucking miniature.
Little waist.
Meanwhile, we're at the concert and I'm struggling to figure out what's happening. But at one time, he said,
With a bubble butt, like, oh, she's probably packing a gun in there.
well, they fucking there was no English at all, and like, but at one point he says like manos y brazos or something, and I was like. That's right though, right? I was like,
and your hands hit Gio's waist.
okay, I'm done.
Pick me up, Gio.
So now it's 11:30. I'm the designated driver, so I'm like completely 100% sober. Everyone else is a little bit lit and like they're like a little bit buzzed. So then I was like, oh, I gotta show these bitches what this car's about. So we're making our way to the freeway. It's like a residential street, but it's not like the 2 lanes, it's 4 lanes. So it's like a really wide street.
That's a big ass street.
Completely dead. Like there's no one on the streets. I'm like, I'm just gonna floor it a little bit. Cause it goes like
Humble Gio disappears.
0 to 60. I'm hype about this car though. It goes 0 to 60 in how fast?
I don't know, probably like
Give us the specs, Bart.
between like
Give us the
between 3 and
specs.
4 seconds. Well, there's like people in the car now, so it's different. But
Okay, right.
like,
But they're
between
all
3 and
light.
4
You guys are all
seconds.
light, okay?
Between 3 or 4 seconds.
It's like no one's in the car.
Yeah, when the car drives itself, it could go way faster.
So then
So you ruined it, Bart. It goes fast, okay? It goes fast.
So I floored it, and then all the girls are like, ah, right? And like we're listening to music really loud, the windows are down, and we're like, ah, and I'm like driving. And
let me just say, this car is so smooth because my broke ass, I don't know if anyone else has ever had hoopty anxiety where like if you're driving for more than 30 minutes, you're like, this motherfucker might break down in any second.
Slow down for a little bit. Let me just let it relax.
let me rest the belt.
overheat, right?
Dude, this bitch was so smooth. I didn't even realize that we were going, sorry, Gio, 105. I had no idea.
Were we?
On a residential?
No, we weren't. It just took off and then I stopped. Like it was not a consistent.
I hit 100 in residential.
But and it was smooth. It was very smooth.
So then now I'm like catching, I'm like gonna make a left turn because the freeway's like I could see it in the corner of my eye. I'm about to make a left turn. I catch the beginning of a yellow light. I'm like, cool, it's my time to go. So I take it mid yellow light. The fucking sirens turn on. Yeah, and I'm like, oh fuck, man. Okay, so I immediately pull over. A cop in an SUV gets out and he like taps on the back window and he makes the girls in the back seat because it's Boze and Tiff in the back, Stacy in the front. Clearly, I'm driving. He taps on the window to make them put the windows down, and then he looks in. He's like with his like mag light and shit. And he's like searching inside. He's like, "Whoa, we got 4 girls in here, huh?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Fuck, man, I hate LAPD. Like, we're gonna get fucking harassed." So then he looks at us and he's like still searching our feed and shit.
He's probably just checking you out as long as he can.
Did he check to make sure Boze had a gun? Or was he
In her
very
ass,
scared?
right?
Did he?
No, well, actually, what he did was he said, "Ladies, you, ma'am, get out of the car."
Just Boze.
I was on the sidewalk, fucking had me down. I'm just kidding.
No, that's not true. So then he goes, so I noticed that you guys have a lot of tattoos. And I'm like, but they're not gang related. I know he knows this, but at this time I'm like, fuck you, asshole. But I'm like, it's not gang related or anything. And he goes, I know. He's like, where are you guys going?
Why did he even bring up your tattoo?
Yeah.
I know, right? And at this point,
Trying to pick y'all up.
yeah,
I got tagged.
Story
Oh,
behind it.
what do they mean? Yeah.
yeah. So he hasn't even told us yet. Like,
He's trying to start a conversation and shit.
Star sign.
So then he goes, where are you guys? Like, where do you live or something like that?
Cause I want to come hang out.
No, and he's still like kind of searching or whatever.
He
and he's
has
still,
your license. license.
He hasn't gotten that yet. That's how I was pissed. Because I'm like, you're not going to tell me why the fuck you pulled me over. You're not going to ask me for license registration. So then he goes, you're headed back to Monterey Park? And I'm like, wait, why would you guess that?
So he's been fucking with you because he's a fan.
Wait. So then, and then I was like, why would you guess that? And he goes, I'm like, nobody knows that city. And then he's like, oh, because I ran your plates. Ha. Yeah. So he's like, I ran your plates.
So he's doing his job.
Yeah, he's doing his job
Because you're supposed to type it in before you even come out, because in case they're a felon, they pull a gun on yours.
Yeah. So then he goes, he says that, and he goes, can I see your license? Okay, so I have my M1. For those of you guys that don't know, that just means that you can ride a motorcycle. So then I gave it to him, and that's the first thing he calls out. He's like, "Oh, you have your motorcycle's license, huh? So you like the Need for Speed, huh?" And I'm like, "God damn it, this fucking asshole." So he's like talking about how much I like going fast.
The way to fail with women, by the way.
Yeah. So then he goes.
Was the bulge of his pants getting tighter?
Now at this point, there's 2 SUV fucking cop cars.
Oh god. So like, what's going on over here?
I don't know.
Did he call it in? Car full of hot girls. Car full of
Over.
And then they're like.
And then he tells his partner, right? He's like, hey, whatever his name was. He's like, hey, come here. Check this out. We got a movie star on our hands. And I was like, wait.
Ew, this guy.
I'm like, wait, does he know us? But like the way he was behaving, I'm like, I don't think so. I think he's just making a stupid joke. And then he goes, look, come on, check it out. So he's like,
He said, look what I got. That's what he said.
He's like checking, he's like fucking setting up his
Like you just finished
punchline.
fishing something.
Or did he just look you up on Instagram after looking at your license?
We'll get there.
Right? So then he goes, yeah, man. He's like, we're about to catch her like in her next movie. So then his friend comes or whatever, and he's like, oh, he's like, is that Gio?
Damn.
At that point, like the cop is like his jaw dropped.
He was trying to set up.
Yeah, he was like,
it was a.
I know. Yeah.
So he thought he was really trying to.
He was being funny. Yeah, like he was.
Oh, a movie star. And he's like, oh shit, it's Gio Antoinette Kwan.
This partner was like, "Oh my God, I follow her husband, and I follow her." And then he leans into the car. And he's like, "Oh my God, by the way, you have such a cute baby." And then his partner's jaw is like, "Wait, someone's fucking with me."
Yeah. This is my bit. I started this bit.
Yeah. And all the girls are fucking yelling in the car.
Dude, we were drunk and like howling. Cause then he pulled up your Instagram.
Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah, they do Barbell Brigade, and like they're on."
He was like a dope mega fan.
And the guy's like, yeah, he's like, I'm a super fan, man. He's like, you can't give them a ticket. Like, you can't do that.
Oh.
He was like, I'm half Vietnamese. I grew up watching JK.
This guy was like big cocking and all kinds of shit.
It was so satisfying.
Damn.
And then he's like, nah. He's like, I don't believe it. Pull it up. So he's telling me to pull it up, but then his partner's like already had it ready.
He was just looking at it in the car.
He's like showing him my
Liking
Instagram
Taika pictures.
He's showing him my Instagram pictures and shit. And the guy, like, the first cop was just like in disbelief completely. And then I was like, oh, can I take a picture?
Oh my God, can we cut in here with like a little footage? Because I have the video of them looking at your Instagram.
You recorded it?
I do have it. Yeah.
Dude, are you a JK fan? Say what's up to a JK fan. Hey, what's up? Oh my God, dude. I'm from Vietnamese, so they were like the first Asian.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta send it in.
It was like the most like the stars aligned so perfectly at that moment.
amazing.
I could die at that very moment.
So how did you feel at the moment? Not just about the cop like getting, he messed up his whole bit, but whenever they go, is that Gio? At that moment you're like, we're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're set. Like,
Absolutely. Like the way he came in to like side bust, I was like, oh.
Were you like at any moment weren't you like, I'm so glad I did those food challenges?
Think about every video of like,
Yeah, you're like, that moment when David slapped me during the Wolverine fucking, that was so worth it.
Worth it, man. For this moment right here to like shut down his bid and then to get out of it.
What's the more satisfying moment? That moment or when Bart swore up and down he didn't wear a vest?
Oh, that is so good. Ooh.
The one at REI.
Damn, that was so
Krista's a-
good.
Well, yeah, what was the best thing?
Oh man. Okay, so Bart he swears he has the best memory in the world.
Between me and
he
her,
swears.
I have an ongoing theme. My memories are better than hers.
Well, mine is way better, but anyway.
right.
So then we were helping Tiff and Case because they were gonna go to Iceland. They needed gear because it's obviously cold out there. And so I was telling him, oh, Case, because they didn't know what to buy. I'm like, hey, Case, you could just wear whatever Bart wore. He had a jacket, he had a flannel, he had a vest over that. And Bart swore up and down, he's like, I would never wear a vest. I've never worn a vest. I would never, because he's just naturally a hot person. He's like, I would never wear a vest.
I'm like, why would my,
He would wear a dress.
I'm like, why would my body be cold and my arms hot? I'm
And
like,
at that very moment, because literally like 5 minutes before that conversation,
So you never knew that you owned the vest?
I was showing Tiff. The exact outfit he was wearing, like before Casey had even got there. So when I heard him say that, it was like angels were like singing in my
gotcha, bitch.
and like I was no longer in REI, I was like in heaven, and everything was like a cloud, and I was like, and my phone just started glowing. So I turned it around.
Bitch, look at your phone.
Like it's like the phone was like it's time, and then I just turned it
phone got
around.
bigger too, didn't it?
And you did.
Turn it to an iPad.
Did you milk it? Did you go, oh really? You didn't wear a vest?
Yeah. Oh, and I made sure people around me heard. I made sure Tiff and
You
Kate
milked
heard.
it, huh?
I was like, oh really? You don't know the fucking vest? Yeah.
Damn.
They're pretty
What
cool.
was that for you, Bart?
Similar feeling moments.
That's the best, all right.
Yeah, that's the
They
best.
won. When people think they got you, and then you're just like, ooh, this next
Yeah.
move is gonna send you flying.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
some adjective.
It's gonna send you fucking somewhere.
on fire.
Yeah.
It was good. That's a good question. I don't know. But yeah, that was my pulling over story.
That's fun.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
And y'all just took a group picture?
Bro,
Did
and-
the other partners know, or was it just
Nobody
one?
knew. It was just that
But
guy.
they were happy to, and also honestly, the cops were mad fucking chill because a couple of them DM'd us afterwards. They were like, "Yo, you made our night." Like I was like,
That's tight.
"Yeah."
Like scrolling, I thought like it was just like you're on set or something because what you were wearing, you had like the camo and then you were.
I dress ridiculously. I get
I thought
it.
it was, but with the cops next to you, I thought it was a whole like scene thing, a sketch y'all did. Or something.
No, dude, that literally happened.
Real life.
Actually happened. That shit was mad funny.
See, that's
dude.
called hot privilege. Like
I've never experienced it in my life.
Or you know what? It's celebrity privilege.
That's what that is.
Exactly, because the original guy was like, oh, they're hot, but they're not hot enough for this. And then
Yeah.
they're
Not hot enough for this ticket. I'm gonna fucking write.
Exactly.
Well, was he older? The first one?
Like he was like what, maybe my age or a little bit older?
Yeah, he just didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, but at that age, you don't really know. But the other guy looked really young.
I feel like he was like maybe early 30s. But
Yeah.
you know what's really nice? We had a nice girls' night, and then after that, we went and got some Jack in the Box. Jill bought us all Jack in the Box.
lucky.
Damn.
Late night Jack in the Box?
Bought
I
us
missed
all
that
dinner.
shit.
Pulls up with her expensive ass car and takes you to Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'd be
Y'all
offended.
eat in the car too?
it was 1 a.m.
It's not my car, it's his car.
We went back to Stacy's and we all had
He's
dinner
a
together.
shit Tesla.
Don't forget it. I can't even afford gas, it's so shitty.
Yep.
I remember having a moment of like getting saved off of like being recognized from cause so I was working at All Def and I was I live in Monrovia, so saving gas I was riding the train. Now I forgot my wallet, so I started like catch me if you can type of thing, just hopping into these trains. So on the way back, it worked getting to work, but then on the way back home, that was like the hard part because everybody's getting off and the security's heavy and like these and on the train station and stuff. And so at the Union Station, it was that was the one that I knew I couldn't get past, and I'm sitting here like looking, I'm like, damn man, like they're really like there's a line you can't pass, you got to beep your card and stuff. I don't have my wallet, I can't even afford to get a thing, so I'm standing right there by the ATM, like the card ATM, and I see that the security guy, he's coming up to me because he saw that I was kind of like pacing right there. I was like, oh man, like I already know it's gonna be a whole thing. Like, do you have your situation? And he goes, hey bro, you're on Roast Me and All Def?
That's tight.
And I had that same moment of like, cause I remember that episode.
Please escort me.
I was roasted to fucking shreds on Roast Me, so I know that was a terrible episode. But I was like, yes, I was on Roast Me, and he was like, man, I love your shit, bro. And I was like, oh, thank you, bro. And then he was like, so what's up, bro? Like, you getting like, where you headed? That type of thing. I was like, I'm already trying to let him know, like, bro, I'm trying to just get on this train, man. I don't have shit. He was just like, oh, bro, don't even trip, man. Like, he's kind of looking around. And he was like, he gave me his work thing to beep the thing. Yeah, he was like, yeah, do your thing, bro. Like, I got you. I'm a fan of your stuff, man. Keep
that's
doing
really
your thing.
nice.
And I was like, cool. Like, yeah, it was a cool like situation.
That's tight.
That's really tight.
Yeah,
It pays to be known somehow. I feel like I would end up getting a ticket because they know my material. Like, you pull me over, they're like, you're that fucker Joe.
I've been offended by you since I was in 5th grade.
You didn't even do anything illegal, but I'm just gonna fucking make something up. Here you
Then
go,
at the
bitch.
bottom of the ticket, they write
I know you
like
did drugs and
parentheses,
robbed houses
bitch.
before. This is a back ticket.